Afternoon all. Okay, I thought I'd have a few 3-minute games on the very fierce but entertaining ICC 3-minute auto pairing. So let's see how this goes today. Okay, so I clicked free for the 3-minute auto pairing. So this is one of the strongest kind of online chess venues in the world, where you can quickly play IMs and GMs if you win like 1 or 2 in a row. So let's see. I'll weaken d5 here for this bind on d4 for a moment. I'm hoping this will be okay. Hoping the board's okay. It looks okay for you guys. And let's just castle and play for f5, f4 maybe, getting a space. I guess he might try and weaken my pawns. If I ignore that, can I afford to ignore that? I think I'm going to try to. I'm a bit concerned about e5, to be honest. Okay, I'll put this knight back. I thought he might take there. There is a lot of pressure here. Oh, this is a bit uncomfortable. Can I play this anyway, just for g4, f3? I'm going to lose a pawn or two. Might be worth it positionally, I hope, to shut down this bishop. Was it just one pawn? C takes. It could be one pawn sacrifice. Or is it? I'm holding e5 again. If I can. Well, it's 2 pawns at the moment. Was this a clever idea or not?
Check.
I'm about to find out. Oh no. Nope. It doesn't look too hot right now, this idea. But I am shutting down the bishop at the cost of a lot of material. So knight d7. And I'm material down, clearly. What's the other damage? Oh no.
Check.
Yeah, I think he's got a point. This is pretty strong stuff. I can even play bishop takes f3. I'm just being munched in this game. Can I get at least the pawn back? Not really. There's rook takes f4. Don't think that does anything. There's queen. Oh no. No, this doesn't look too hot. I think I've been done over. Bishop e6. I've been gobbled up in this game. What started off was I thought a good idea has backfired. So rook takes f4 here, bishop e6. Might as well try that. Can I at least win e5? Can I get one pawn back? Is he going to allow me to get one pawn back? It'll be opposite coloured bishops. I'm on c3, I'm on d6. It's not nice. Not nice. This attack's kind of gone. And this d-pawn's horrible. Right. It's down to 2 pawns. I'm hoping he's going to start slipping up somehow in time pressure. That doesn't look like a bad move though. Yeah, I think it's got everything ideally placed at the moment. Can I put some pressure on F2 at least, or not bother? I have to try that. What's bishop F2?
Check.
Did he miss that?
Check.
Have I got some salvation? Or not? I think he's still got a very strong position. I like blockade with the king to free the rook. But yeah, this quick c5 is going to distract the king pretty soon. Oh, he's got f3 covered here. So I mean that's pretty hopeless. My king can't really step away from b8. I can nab this pawn. It's getting scary. My king being overloaded.
Check.
What if I got behind the pawn? One of them over here. I think it's too risky. It's too risky. Hold on a sec.
Check. Time.
A6. No, I've just blocked in my rook. No, that's all right. King c6. Oh no! More problems on the way. Oh, he's queening.
Check.
I'll do a pre-move. Oh, that was horrendous. Oh, don't try that. That was horrible. What a game to start. Horrible game to start. Oh, this is just unbelievable. Okay, anyway. Simish. King's engine. If I just stop that for a moment. So bishop g2, if I got a chance for bishop g2 before anything really horrible happens. Knight f4 looks like a very nice move coming up. What if I play rook d1 first? It looks very pleasant. Then knight f4 to e6. And knight e5 to c4 is dangerous. So what do I do about knight c4? What about, I'll play b3 for a moment. c4, d4. Knight d3 is not as painful as knight c4. I think I'll take with the knight because I like the pressure on d6. I'm attacking something surely. Oh no, takes, and he's going to get c4 pressure again. What about knight e6? Try and open up things on d6. Okay, so knight g5 maybe. Just that looks like a nice position, but unfortunately, you know, taking in knight c4, I'm still leaving that on. I don't know what I'm going to do there. He's just going to play takes. Oh, it doesn't matter here. The bishop's okay. If I just play for g4, see if he's going to take this, because I want to open up my my bishop here. What's bishop d3? Well, this is nice for opening up the bishop. Oh, c3 is possible. c3, bishop h6 and queen g5 for rook e5 for queen g6. Queen c3, knight f3. What about just queen f... Queen e3 for a moment to keep an eye on queen f4? Queen f4? Because I've got f8 covered. So rook... No. Rook d3, rook e5, d takes. Nope. Bishop f6, queen h6, bishop f6. Put this here for a sec. Or rook on d2. Bishop's kind of covering c1 potentially. No, I think I do need cover for that. Right, if I play rook f2, I'm covering f3 again. On f8, oh, there's knight c4 coming up. Queen's holding a4 for a moment. So rook f2. Alright, so is this bishop stranded? Actually, where is that bishop going? It's good that the knight was blocking that. Okay. Knight c4 now threatened. So bishop h6 for trying to play for queen g5, I think. For knight c4, queen g5, for queen... Oh, no. I'm going to lose the exchange. I'll play... I think I should play this. Anyway, the knight's holding g6. If I just... Alright, if I take on d3, rook c2, I think this should be okay. If knight takes queen g6, I get rid of his horrible pawn. There's something horrible here. And knight f3 I can take... Alright, let's just go over here for a moment. It's covering f3. I want to play queen f4, queen f8. No, it's always got h7. How do I build this up? Oh, come on, there must be an attacking move here. There's rook f5, just knock out e5. If I just knock out e5... Okay, this is getting dangerous.
Check.
Uh-oh. Oh, hang on, he just gave me his king there. He had queen e1, I think that was a mouse slip. If he just played... Actually, was that mating? Queen e1 is mate. I should have... Yeah, a bit lucky there in the end. I thought I had a good position at some point, though. Okay.
Check.
I don't mind taking on c3. Okay, can I actually rook b1 for bishop b5 if he's gonna take that? Right, so f4, f5, or bishop h5. Okay, so bishop f3. If I put pressure on e6, lockdown on e6, queen e2, queen f2, queen h4, that sort of thing. There's no bishop d5 here or anything. There's no queen f2 for queen h4. Or rook e1, just build up on e6 for a bit longer. It could undermine d4 with b4 at some point. So rook. If I just, can I get away with this? Just to try and double first on e6. Don't know, it's pretty handy there. So f5. I get a pin, maybe d takes. knight takes, bishop f4, knight f3, queen f3. I've got the skewer on
Check.
the rook. And he's got a check.
Check.
He's got a check. Put the bishop on d4 though. I think that would be useful on d4. That gives me bishop f6 and rook e8 potential. Bishop f6, queen f6, queen d5, g takes knight e6. What does knight e6? Is that better? Because the bishop looks quite good. Let's play knight e6. Oh, he takes. Well, his bishop takes f6 and queen g3 here. Does that do anything? I could try it. Well, I could try and work it out. Bishop f6, queen g3, king moves. Well, if the king moves to h8, queen h4, if king moves to f7, queen g7, might be worth it. This might be the right time.
Check.
For f6, looking at f6. How does he defend f6? So rook f7, then what? If rook f7, is there anything going on here? There's knight f4 for knight g6. That might be quite handy. Or queen, just queen here for a moment. Probing. Can I actually bring the rook in? Rook e3. The rook's always holding h7, but rook g3, g8 might be a bit weak. There's always queen pin at the moment. So rook e3 doesn't seem that palatable. Queen b6. Where's the rook want to move? Okay. Then knight d4 here for rook e8. Trying to overload this queen. Try and get rook e8 in. Actually rook e3 now. For rook g3.
Check.
Alright, so rook g7.
Check.
I think it's okay. That's queen e8.
Check.
Right, so I think this is still. I'm okay. I'm on d5 now.
Check.
But he's on e1. This could be embarrassing. So I have to do something about e1. What about just king f2?
Check.
I can take
Check.
this guy. Maybe not. Hang on a sec.
Check.
That's handy.
Check. Check.
I'm not going to get mated, am I?
Check. Check. Check.
A lot of checks here,
Check.
to say the least.
Check.
Okay. Right, so let's try Nimzo Indian.
Check.
It's about central tension or taking on d4. I think central tension is okay. So I take. I just want to try and expose some weaknesses. Hi all, yeah, if you do like this sort of thing, please do like up this video. That would be much appreciated. I think it's quite good fun, the 3-minute time control. It's very, very hard, I think, to get even over 2200 on it. Well, so let's see. Queen a5. What about d4 coming up? Well, it's letting me take here.
Check.
I can take here.
Check.
Get a few pawns back. Throwing in the nuisance check again. Or knight d4. I mean knight d4 for knight f5. It's interesting, I'm actually queen d5. Why is he letting me do this? I'm confused. So I just take care. So queen e5. Queen e5 or queen d6 or knight f5. I think that knight's pretty handy actually. Knight b3, bishop h7. So probably I should just get the queen out of the way. If f4, then maybe knight f5 or there's knight e6 here or king h8. I think king h8, just play rook g8. So rook g8, king f2. Anything stronger? Queen g5, king f2. I'm just getting this bishop out. Bishop d7, king f2. Can't see anything particularly amazing. Okay, I'll play this anyway. Okay, I'll play bishop e6. There's queen e3. I don't want the loose knight there. Let's move. Come on. Queen e3. There's almost rook g2, but there's knight g2. Oh, he's got a 1 minute clock advantage here. I think I've been playing this too slowly. There's also knight b3 now to consider. If I get a chance. For knight b3. So rook e3. With knight b3 check. Queen e3. Doesn't do anything. Right, knight takes f3 for rook g1. Does that do anything? Queen g1 might be better.
Check.
Oh, queen's hanging. My queen's hanging. Ouch. You can just take the queen. It's over. Too short on time there. Oh, that was interesting. For a while, I just got too short on time. Hard. Ooh, Atlantic. Blimey. Things get hard on this very quickly. Right, can I try this? So queen h4 looks pretty crude stuff. And so knight g3 here doesn't really do much, I guess. Queen f6. Mind you, queen f6, knight d5. I think I might as well see what happens here.
Check.
Just weaken this king a little bit. So c6 coming up. Yeah, that's a good point as well. That's very good for c7. What did I do this for? something like f5. So if I play Queen e7, right? I want to generate some sort of compensation. Bishop c6 and f takes, for example. I just take here. I'm running into something horrible. I can take on e4, that'd be something. Bishop d4 check coming up.
Check.
Oh wait, I don't want to lose another exchange. I think I'll take that. Queen d7 keeps an eye on d4, the d4 square. Bishop h6, queen d4. Well, it seems I've got some central compensation. Whatever's happened here. Knight d3 if it takes queen g4. Maybe knight d3. There's also queen d4 to consider. I'll take that. So if I got rook e2 in, that would be interesting. Right, the check here.
Check.
Bishop e3, queen f6. Rook e2, don't think does anything. Rook e5, I'm not sure. Well, in the circumstances though, taking and d2, there's queen e6. So I think in the circumstances, holding that e file.
Check.
Right, so the check here.
Check.
Does that do anything? Final last checks. So I'm a rook down, basically. But his king. There's bishop d7 here. What's he doing with his king? Bishop d7. What about, okay, check on f1 as another test. I've always got bishop d7.
Check.
What about bishop d7 here coming up?
Check. Check.
Is that a draw?
Check.
Am I going to draw?
Draw.
Wow! I've just drawn with this 2406 GM. Blimey! What's going on? I thought I had some compensation there. Jeez. Oh, it's unbelievable. I guess he couldn't get out of it. It was difficult. The king's safety. This is the fun aspect of 3-minute chess. I think a lot of things can happen unexpected, so worth playing on a bit. So Grand Prix attack. Let's go with Queen e1. For sake. Alright, so knight g3. I'm trying to keep f5 going for this bishop. I think I gotta liberate this bishop. f5. take on a7. It's not nice. Now this is not what I wanted out of the opening. Might be handy to get the pawn back. Not good. If I sack that exchange, of course, there might be some dark square stuff. If it takes rook a3, there's bishop f7. There's bishop f7
Check.
here. Oh no, there isn't. I've just given up a piece for nothing. That was awful. I think I resigned that. There's no chance. Okay. Let's just take L d4. C6. It's confused me. Anything. Even knight f6. Anything. Okay, b6 and bishop b7. Right, so my king for bishop e4, it's not that healthy. I was going to get this pawn. Can I try knight a5 on this diagonal? It just takes on a4. That's the continual problem. F5. Would he take that? He would. So can I play e5 coming up? Or bishop e5? Bishop e5 there. Oh, I'm losing the exchange. I've got to keep this knight pinned to the bishop, otherwise knight d6. Oh, he's stopping that. Okay, so knight c6 is happening. There's no knight c4 or anything. I'm going to play rook f... No, I can't play rook f2. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to lose the exchange here. I don't know where else... Where to move the knight. Knight d6 is happening. That's unfortunate. Okay, knight d8. Try and get rid of this bishop anyway. Knight f6 hits h5. Okay. Knight takes rook f4. That's knight. So what does it want to do with this knight? Maybe a5 to b3 or something. I can't really get this knight out. Okay, on f4 for a moment. I go back on to f4. Knight e7, knight c6. So I've got rook f4 on the cards. So knight c6. And it's always got b4. If it wants to be a pain. Or maybe not so much here.
Check.
There's rook e7, rook e3. If I can get rook e7, rook e3, that'd be something.
Check.
Oh, okay. I don't want to obviously open his rooks up. I can't kick away that queen just yet. Oh, there's knight g4 coming up. Knight e7, queen f5. No, there isn't queen f5. There's queen d. No, there isn't queen d8.
Check.
So knight e7. Let's put the king over here. You safer over here.
Check.
Let's put the king out of harm's way for a moment. His h pawn's going to be critical.
Check.
Oh, his f pawn's also a bit dangerous as well. But the king is a bit safer on the bright side. So. Oh no.
Check.
What about going for this h5 pawn? I'm trying to do something with this knight. Knight. Okay, knight e5. It's queen c6. And knight g6 or something. No, he's always got queen g7.
Time warning.
Ah. Ouch. Oh, that's a bone crusher. He's winning material here. Is he? Oh.
Check.
What do I do with the queen?
Check. Checkmate.
Oh no! Oh, didn't see that. Oh. Thought I was getting back there. I had a good chance there. I could have kept the checks. 6 seconds. Should have kept checking somehow. I think if someone's got 6 seconds left, just keep checking. Is a good option. Don't let them mate you. I'll take her. Play for that c5 square for a moment. Or bishop h6, I don't know, that's going to be useful later. So f4 is now threatened. Okay, let's get out of the way of f4, so the queen can go over on the queen side. Okay, this knight's a bit loose. b5, that's bishop f5. Let's consider. Okay, is rook c1 possible? Oh, rook c6 is possible. Don't know if it's any good. Try and double. Oh, g4 for knight d4. That's not nice. Ah, problem. g4 looks pretty good. What to do on g4? Got to protect c3, I think. Although rook c8 now, of course, is really good. Knight d2 takes here. He's on a4. Take on e4. Can't see much else at the moment. This knight can come to b2 maybe. I could take on a4 d3. I can take that. Whoops. So knight c5, d6. Try and get some compensation here, if possible. I don't know how possible. Rook c8, d takes. Okay, lose another piece here. Oh no, getting gobbled. Getting gobbled. Gobble, gobble. Okay, 2 pieces. But I've got the pawns here. That looks horrible. Okay.
Check.
Is e6 at all? Oh! Brutal. Pay more attention. Let's try this. That's interesting. He's really just going for material. I'll let him take 1 or 2 pawns to try and castle. Alright, I'll take.
Check.
E6 and stuff is looking alright, potentially. Bishop d2 and queen e1. And rook c1, bishop e1. What about knight h4? Is that interesting? For knight g6. It's going to play something like e5 soon. Knight g6. I'll play knight g6. f5. You can push back bishop b3. Is that interesting? Bishop f4. Well, bishop. I think bishop f4. Okay. So knight d3, queen h4. For bishop h6, that might be good. Queen h4 for bishop h6. Will he give me a chance? He's going to move this knight. Might weaken d5 if he moves the knight. That knight looks good at the moment. I know his pawn centre is a menace. Oh, he's got e3, he's got e3. He hasn't used e3. f6. I got f6, knight f6, bishop h6. So I'm threatening f7. So knight h7 here. On d5 pressure. You can take this, presumably. Yeah. I haven't got any options. I'll try and win d5. If I play knight d5 coming up. Knight d3, knight d5. Okay, I don't mind getting the dark square bishop. think he's spending too long. He's giving me a massive clock advantage here. If A takes, well, I'm breaking up his pawns, so that might be the critical thing. I'm actually protecting this pawn as well. Knight h5, king g6. There's rook f6. There's rook f6.
Check.
Right, so bishop d1, king h. Bishop d1 is knight f3. King h4 is rook h6. I'll play it anyway.
Check.
I will just for a moment keep the pin. B5 for rook d5.
Check.
That was g3. Almost.
Check.
Mating. Not quite. Right, lost control there. Okay, it was a bit dangerous for the knight on g6. This was unsound, no, because queen. Yeah, this is queen g5 is good. There's nothing really going on there. Let's try like solid Slav or something against chipper. It's all the rage. Slav defense. Must be a reason for it. Queen. Yeah, maybe bishop f4, fc5. I'll play c5. Do I mind the double pawns? f5 would sort of trap the bishop after. I'll play c5, b6, bishop b7. Okay, get rid of this guy now. Would he really do that? He's not going to do that. So you give me the d5 square, I might as well celebrate that. Do I care about this? Maybe f5? That's horrible for e5. Let's not do that. Okay. Is f6 becoming an idea? I'm playing e5. It's not quite. Knight d6 is an idea. So he takes knight d6, or we can maybe just take that. I'll play rook d8 for a moment. Bishop g6. Bishop g6, just rook e6. And what? So hold, I don't know, hold this for a moment. Okay. What is he doing here in this position? Rook d7, double rooks. Bishop h6. No, I lose the queen. Bishop h6. Oh, bishop g3. Let's just double the pawns. E5 at some point. was going to come around for my king now. Yeah. I don't really want to give up too many squares. So maybe h6. Oh, it's looking a bit scary. Bring the king, queen back. I don't think I'd mind sacrificing the exchange. G6, maybe. Lesser evil for rook G7. It's coming up. Get the queens off. Okay, I'll keep the rook on here for e5 maybe. Not entirely sure actually. That would be a terrible bishop. Okay, this e-file might be lucrative for blocking the bishop. What else? I'm trying to undermine the knight. So rook d7 or something. All these pawns. I'll get these pawns going. E5 is kind of off limits until now. 22 seconds.
Time warning.
Uh-oh, it's coordinating on. Uh-oh, knight d6,
Check.
knight h6. 16 seconds. Oh, he's winning this piece. Okay. 14 seconds. Get d4 in. Yeah, that's a pain.
Check.
Let's pre-move this.
Check.
Over here, I think.
Check.
Oh, why don't I just lose the rook?
Check.
Bit slow, isn't he? I don't know. Okay, so it was a bit too slow on the final bit. What's this? Just dark square play. So d6, queen e7. Or c6. D6. Or c6. Oh, decision. I was giving up the dark square bishop now. It's not something I really wanted to do. So knight e7. Right. Knight e5. This a file could be interesting. D5 or something. Okay. Knight C. Actually, knight C4. Why not knight C4 threatening to double the pawns? And knight D5. Or D5. D5. Get this bishop out. I can't lose B7. What to take? Strange game. He's got the bishop pair. Can I get knight H4 in? Is that good? Knight G6. Knight H4. Just try and be a pain here. The knights do support each other. So when they, not F6. But get this bishop out of the way. Try and okay. F6. Solid with the bishop pair. What do I want to do there? Put pressure on F2 anyway. Or not. There's nothing much else to do anyway at the moment. Bishop G4 for knight F3. So double bishop G4, knight F3. Okay. I'll take that for a moment. He's on H4. Forcing matters quite horribly there. Okay, so I'll go for this knight F3 move anyway, try and get rid of the bishop pair. Aha. I think rook A8, rook F8. There's no major disaster just yet. So the knights hold each other for a moment. The rook's got to stay around the first rank. Let's swap off rooks.
Check.
Should I mind that? Okay, so knight. I can't use the F5 square yet. Knight G6. Knight E6. These knights are running out of squares. Blimey. Knight F7. Going to H6. Knight E6. I've got the F5 square.
Check.
That's something. That thing's looking up there a bit. Knight D6 to C4. Let's get knight versus bishop ending. Leave my knight alone. Exchange off. Exchange off. Okay. Time. No thanks. Stick on like this auto pairing. Oh, that C6 was okay. Let's analyse it. Some exotic line against the French. I'm always playing this anyway. Okay, I'll just be annoying. I'll just take. I don't like this played against me when I play knight C6 in the French. Knight C6 French. I'm going to go for this G file later. I wonder how this will work out. So bishop d3, and I have to be concerned about not getting mated on h2. Well, bishop takes knight h5. Bishop takes, get rid of that pesky knight. Right, so now knight f5 here. I'll start getting some sort of G file, or not. Queen G1. Oh, now there's knight H4. I can just take that. Oh, there's Queen F3. Okay, you can play Queen F3. It's Queen G2 coming up. So treble. Then what? F4. F4 might be possible. Queen F3 after. F4 is going to move the king. Nope. Okay, so rook g7's on the card. We're just taking for queen g7. Mate. Oh, okay, that g file worked, as it turned out. I think I've seen a nice plan here with rook a7 coming across. We're going to play b4. He's playing for b4. This is quite annoying. I'll play f5 immediately for f4 as a threat. Yeah. I'll just sacrifice c5. It takes b5. I think I've seen Kramnik play something like this. Just sacrifices c5. It's double pawns anyway. I can try and get this rook in like this. So g3 is like King's Indian type pawn stack on g3 to get some dark square control. So h4, h3, that looks like ready-made attack. What's his queen doing over there? He's going to have to play something like knight b5 here. Okay. Knight f4 for queen g5. I want to try and open up this diagonal, or queen g5 on g2. Now rook a7. Let's get this rook over. h3 is always g3. So bishop f6, rook g7. I'm holding f4 still. What about like queen g3 takes king g1, okay, 7. Oh, here it's okay. Okay, this is looking tasty. As tasty positions go, I mean, this is quite tasty. So h3, queen g3, hg is double check and mate, isn't it? Knight g3, hg is double checkered, mate. Oh, here goes. Here goes the queen. Yes! Crush! That is a crush. Oh man. Oh, I really enjoyed that against this poxy positional play. It absolutely deserves to be punished. This poxy positional feeble play. Oh, this is the way to play against it. I enjoyed that. I would have liked that in a long game. That was cool. that was a kingscrusher game. What do you guys think of that? If you like that, please do like the video if you like this one. I think this is the best game so far. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. That was, if queen takes g3, hg is mate. Wow. What do you guys think? Is the chat okay? Anyone watching? Okay. Something against the French. What about just this, the advance here? Sack a pawn. Nimzovich kind of gambit for e5 over protection. I have seen that pawn sack idea in a Kramnik game, to be honest. It's not original. So just lining up against things, hoping for something to turn up here dynamically. Let's take. Nothing's turning up. Okay. He's doing me in. I don't know. If he takes rook d1, is that an idea? I'll try and weaken h7. Let's not get mated. Bishop e4. He's a clear pawn up. Can I get any sort of blockade compensation on e6, if nothing else? Or the 2 rooks for the queen? 2 rooks for the queen? Would he allow that? Maybe he's getting g3, maybe that's good. I'll return to e5 after.
Check.
To hold g3. And get the pawn to g5 or f4, f5, which is going to get this dangerous passed pawn. Can I afford to take?
Check.
Oh, this has gone wrong, hasn't it? So rook e5. No, we'll check.
Check.
Oh, I got a perpetual. No, his king's going to go to h6 or something eventually. Rook f1. Rook f1 is rook queen e3. Play the check first,
Check.
then rook f1. Maybe rook f3. Queen e1. Rook h3 is dangerous.
Check.
So rook h3 is threatened. g5, f5, g4. Oh,
Check.
he's allowed himself to get mated. Good news. That always helps. He was killing me, to be honest. Oh well. Bit lucky there. 2-1-7-6 at the moment now, after this lucky break here. Leon again. Oh, he's playing. Was this someone else? Sorry, I'm losing track now. Let's go with this. Let's play Queen e7, sorry. Can't do this. I'll play f5 now. The knight's a bit loose, knight g5 and stuff. Knight e5. I'm always going to have f4 after that. I can play knight f4 here. Knight f4. Take takes. There's bishop f4 takes. I'll just take on g3 and f4. Is knight f4 actually better? What does knight f6? What does knight f6? Is that too sane? Just to try and play for f4. e4 or h5, or back to h5. h5, h4, h3. It's knight c5, bishop e6. Knight c5, f4. Knight c5 is always b4, knight e6, bishop e5. I think h5, h4, h3 is a plan. Is my pawn on f5 is hanging. Ah, actually I didn't mean that. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, I'm going to lose some pawns, but it doesn't matter. I think. Hope for the best. So knight h7 to g5. Some compensation or not. Knight h7, bishop h5, queen g5. His pawns are split, so I'm not that sad about things. But okay, it's not ideal, but. Take or not? Bishop. Okay. I get anything here. Get that d file for a moment. There's knight c5, winning another pawn coming up. There's rook d2. Knight c5. Yeah, that's pretty standard. I can't even play bishop f8 at the moment. d5 is something, surely. Knight coming to d5. G7 or something. I harass these pawns with king f5. Not yet. Oh, there's bishop g5 now threatened. Okay, so if I play this for a moment. Any tactics? Bishop g5, knight g5, rook f2. There's h7, there's always h7. So let's not lose on time. 23 seconds. What can I do here? I can take now. There's rook h6 after 19 seconds.
Time warning.
Okay, 16. I can't win that pawn. This knight's stranded. No, I think he's got me. He's got me. There's no counterplay. I have to try and play the Slav more against these guys. I think the Slav is the way to go. Or Grunfeld. Grunfeld? Maybe Grunfeld. I don't like these King's Indian positions at all. As I'm getting. So, okay, if I take her. So e4 is a bit weak, there's a b4 coming up. Queen d6. I was expecting knight f6. Right, okay. Go here. It doesn't matter about that, I think. Rook f1. Let's hold this d3. Oh no, it's going to trap my queen with rook d8. Queen doesn't belong there. b4 in the circumstance. King looks too weak. Let's make a run for it. No, it doesn't look good. Knight b1. No, even stronger for rook d8. Not good. Things went wrong. Badly wrong in this game.
Check.
Oh, I don't want to see any more of it. We need a system against the park as well. Quick note. Mental note. Or whatever that was, it wasn't the perk, it was something else. It's Queen b6. Something else, knight e4. Knight d7 coming up. I've got knight d7 is on this. Bishop on d6 is loose. Oh, let's take Maybe knight e4 is interesting. On that b2, just try and justify the queen on b6. I've got pressure on e5 now, but f3 does seem to be winning a piece, unfortunately. For 2 pawns, is that? I get 2 pawns if he doesn't take it. Takes a knight e5 or queen e5. I don't want an exchange of rooks. Knight e5, there's bishop f4. So maybe queen e5. Bishop c4, queen e5. Okay, queen e5, well, there is knight e5 here, queen c4, so knight d3, there's f4 on the cards for f3. If f4 bishop moves, I really want to support the e4 pawn after that. a6 for a moment, b5 and bishop b7. And e6 is going to drop. I was going to take on b2, knight d4, knight c4. I'll take on b2. I'm on the rook anyway. c3 is also dropping. It's bishop d4, getting a bit greedy. And back to knight d3 for queen c3 there. So rook f6, there's knight f5. I just get out of this pin and stuff. Let him take on e6. I'm trying to take and then queen c3 or f4. Queen c3 or f4, bishop d4. There's rook e8 there. So I'm going to be holding. Oh, he's got queen e4. There's knight c5, knight c5. So I'm double attacking. There's a check there, handy. Can I get a piece back?
Check.
No. There's rook f6. Is rook f6 handy? Trying to get a piece back. Oh, there's queen. It's been good to get something like f3 in. At some point we stopped f3 totally. And queen g6. Queen g3. There's rook g6. Okay, rook g6. H6. Ah. Oh, is this horrible? Or what? Okay, come on. What can I do? I'm just waiting here. Yeah, too much pressure. Let's go back. It's pre-move time, I think, soon. A5 for b4. Oh! Found a mate there.
Time warning.
Ah, that was cruel. Found a mate. I think So is f5 any good? Bishop g3 and knight h4. If I get knight h4, try and get this pawn back with interest. Knight h4. CD. Bishop f5. I can play knight takes f5. There's knight b2 though to watch out for. It's queen g4 now. That looks interesting. Queen g4. Or queen h5. Queen e8. Plays queen e8. Or that. Okay. This is check. Queen d3.
Check. Check.
Get the pawn back. I'm going to play c3 and try and blunt this bishop. Now rook f5 would be nice, but there's f5 coming. Oh, I thought there was f5 coming. He's keeping his bishop shut down. Let's get this king off the diagonal. I'll play h3 first. He hasn't got queen c5 just yet, so king h2. And then something. Oh, he's going to win e6. It's pretty obvious thing, yeah. Okay. Pin this guy. Can I get my bishop in for bishop h6? On this c8 rook here, there's potentially a loose piece here to watch out for. Okay, like here, rook f6. Rook f6. Splits some pawns. It does split some pawns. And there's a rook c. Yeah, there's rook c4. There's queen e6. He's on the bishop on f4. Okay, okay. Queen g6. Queen g6. I'm trying for bishop h6 without losing the queen. So bishop h6 is on the cards. Rook c4, bishop h6. King f8. So there's king f8. There's bishop h6 here. What does rook f6? There's rook c7. Queen e8. That might be worth it. For queen e8 and rook h5 and queen somewhere else. Or just rook f6 here. Queen e8, king h7. There's bishop g7 there.
Check.
Mind you, it might not be worth that much. This position. Queen h8, king g6.
Check. Check.
He's got a perpetual. Oh.
Check. Check. Check.
Ah.
Check. Check.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I messed that up, I think. I had something good there. I think rook takes f6 was possible. Rook takes f6 on his queen. Queen takes rook g6, king h7. But he's winning the ending. Rook g7 has got winning ending probably. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that was okay. Rook f6. Let's play this crazy gambit I've actually read about this particular gambit. It's like a reverse weird gambit. Okay, so it might be fun, it might not be. It looks already pretty bad actually. I regret this already. I don't know. That d4 I didn't expect. He's giving himself a good outpost in the centre. What can I do here? It's not too hot really at the moment. What's the idea? Try and play rook g8 and g5 or something. g5, bishop g5, rook g8. Hope for the best. So f6 and g3. Ah, yeah, there is that. Yeah, it didn't seem to bother him, this opening, as much as I'd hoped for. There's not much to do here. There's queen g3, it's cheaper. c5, c5. It gives up the exchange. I think it's pretty horrendous. I'll resign there. Maybe that gamut wasn't too hot. Yeah, something more solid. I thought it's just something I read about on Chess Cafe, but I think playing d4 is actually a really good idea. I don't maybe I should have just taken. It's really more solid. I think h6 might be playable. Bishop e7. So g4, knight h4. I'm not sure it matters about that. e6 at the moment. Okay. Okay, just get rid of her. I'm playing really dull now. Okay. He's going to get both rooks on the 7th. It takes rook e8, rook f7. This could be a problem. Play g5 here, or takes rook f8, f7. Is g5 less evil because bishop's kind of stranded. This e5 I'm hoping is a bit weak. So bishop g3 immediate threat, king g2, king c6 with king d5, king e4, f7, rook f8. I want to get my king over to, mind you, he's always got c4, maybe c4 first, king c6, king d5. c4 first. There's always rook d1 to win the rook. That can't be the right way to do it. So king c6, rook f8, then king d5 threatened. Maybe these pawns, do something with these pawns. He's got things covered over here for a moment. Oh, bishop g3. Bishop g3 is neglected. g3. Yeah, f4 might be useful. Bishop f4. Mind you, he's going to get loads of pawns for taking an h4. Get loads of pawns. Mind you, there's rook f8 immediately. Rook f8 immediately to munch this one. I can use the pin. Bishop f4, rook f7. There's no check. Alright, can I use these pawns now? b5, b4, a4. Classic breakthrough. Over that was king d5. And protect c4 anyway, useful. b5 then king e5. I just take two passed pawns, h5 instead. Takes more time for him to. I'll just get my pawns going instead. Decision points. I'll take this. I think. Try and get my pawns going. I can take that. That's a bonus. just get behind this, or wait for this, get behind like that. Alright, my king's not checkable at the moment.
Check.
Well, that's nice, I think.
Check.
Could have been worse. Okay.
Check.
Okay, he's going to get that one. Let's get behind this pawn.
Check.
It's e4 check. Nice pass pawn.
Check.
c2. Okay, I bored my opponent to death. I'm sorry. I had to play a boring opening. Try and mix losing openings with sort of respectable openings. Is he worried by knight b5? Should he be d5? Knight e4, knight b5, I think so.
Check.
I'll put the queen over here. So I want to play rook d1 and maybe bishop d4. Bishop g4, queen d7, bishop g4, the skewer. Could be careful of. Bishop d4 coming up, not now. Let's play h. Oh, he's got the skewer, so h3. This a4 is a bit of a pain, really. I'll kick this guy. Gives me knight e4 now. I think I'll make use of knight e4. Gives me bishop c5. Bishop c5 could be quite juicy, because I'm on that knight on b6. Okay, I have to move this guy back, it seems. There's always an f5 if he wants to try and win a piece. Oh, he's got f5. Try and take her. Maybe. Okay. Something take with the pawn. Queen g3 might be okay. What else? Queen e3 is knight c4. I think queen g3. I can't get too behind on the clock here. Bishop e5. Okay, knight g5. Oh, bishop e7. Bishop d4. Bishop d4 looks reasonable. Then knight g5. There's knight e2 is a bit of a pain, to say the least. Let's do something about knight e2. Ah, Knight e2's winning the exchange.
Check.
44 seconds. Stay off g2 for a moment.
Check.
Oh, it's not good. I'll have to do that. I hasn't gone even for the queen exchange. Too far behind on the clock.
Check.
And he's winning the rook.
Check. Time warning.
Brutal. That's the way it goes on this. It's pretty vicious. Maybe a dragon for fun. Okay. Let's go with knight c4 soon. Or b5. I think knight c4's pretty usual. So e5 might be a concern at some point. I don't care. Actually, rook c3 for knight e4 is interesting. Queen c8 for rook c3. Bishop e6, bishop e6. Hold that d5 square. And b5. Alright, if I just take that. Okay, so b4. Maybe b4. So I just take on e4. There might be knight c3 here. Now if I just take and then rook d8. What does he do here? So rook. Okay. Rook e4. Queen c5. Let's see, so rook e4, queen c5. What would he do there? Let's have a look. Rook e4, queen c5. Okay. There's bishop f5 here, using the pin. I think bishop f5. So we've got loads of pressure on c2. That queen c8 is not so bad here. So rook e7, rook c2. Oh, there's queen takes f5 here, if I don't want to damage my structure. So knight takes, rook takes, queen will go back. I'll take and take knight. So I'm threatening now, might be threatening queen c2 almost. Rook c2, knight c2, rook c d1. Just rook takes d4 that's threatened. So rook takes d4, That looks crushing enough. For queen c2.
Check.
There's queen d... no, not queen d1. But this rook and pawn ending looks good. I'm getting stronger. Queen c1. The rook and pawn ending... Why would I want to go there when rook c3 looks dangerous? Okay, let's not get too far behind on the clock. Rook c3 does look dangerous. Check. King h7.
Check.
Stay away from the checks. He's away from my b4 pawn, so if I get this check in and then rook g1, it's slower for him to win. I try and queen this pawn.
Check. Check.
Try and get this h pawn running. Oh, that's a shame. I thought that was going to happen anyway.
Check. Check.
Let's take this f3. Okay. Wolverine, let's play b3 for a laugh. Let's play g5. Let's center. Okay, so it's giving me that centre pawn. I'm going to take here again. I think I do. I'm exposing h4 though. That's a bit weak. Why don't I just go for his dark squares? Bishop e3 looks tasty for knight d6. Stuff like that. Bishop d6. Stop his king moving. There's b5. Knight d6. Bishop d6 might be b5. Rook c1. This looks like a strong attack. Bishop f4 takes. Oh, I think I'm going to let him play b5. This bishop on f4 looks as though his king would be too weak. b5, bishop f4. He takes. I've got things like rook b1 and queen b2. Bishop f4 coming up. b5, bishop f4. Takes. I put a break on his f4. Okay, that's nice that I put a break on his f4. The h4 is not vulnerable. I just castle the rook b1. Looks pleasant enough. Rook b1, rook b5, rook b1, rook c5, that sort of thing. That's queen b2 for d5. d5 immediately. Queen b2. d5. Or c5. What about c5? Open up the diagonal onto h8. That's queen g7.
Check.
Right. Okay, the check here. I'm not winning anything at the moment, it seems, with the check. Check. Queen c4. Let's put the queen back for a moment over here. Work out what I want to do. Bishop d6 has got an exchange sack. I think I'll let him play that exchange sack because I think the check will be dangerous because of
Check.
rook b7 and he's on h2.
Check. Check.
Sometimes you gotta give to take to give. I've given away king safety, so I just take with the queen to beat the exchange up.
Check. Check.
Go around for g6, I think. Oh. It's going to be annoying.
Check.
He's not giving me... He's letting me go for traps. I mean, he's going for traps. Okay, let's not go draw by repetition though soon. Oh, there's f3 here to make sure there's no draw by repetition. Move the pawn. Okay. 2-1-60. That was... he played that opening very quickly. I was happy with g4 for d5 pressure. That was nice, winning that pawn. I think there was a decision about here. If I'd okay, that's not time to mention. Can't play this for queen b2. I'm hoping I can play this. I've seen this sort of thing before. If DC bishop c2 takes, I've got some a-file pressure. It's queen c1 or rook d8. Rook d8. Oh, let's take her for a sec. I'll take on d4. Because I want to play rook. I want to play rook d8. That's queen d5. Oh, it's bishop b5. Being a bit reckless here. Bishop b5. Hang on, bishop b5, there's queen e4. So I can just win that. I don't know if I'm losing on the light squares after that. Might be better with rook d6. I was queen e4 for queen b1, there's bishop c6. If I move the king, there's no bishop c4 just yet. Right, there's a check here. That's what I'll make use of. Then king f7. There's queen g2 as well. Right, c4, there must be queen d4 now. For queen d1. There's queen e4 threatening that thing on b1. There's knight b4 trying to exchange off queens. Can I just get some more pieces out, or queen e4? Maybe just knight b4. Try and get a piece out. I don't know. I'm not on this queen. I'll try and get the queens off. Mind you, see, bishop c4 looks dangerous here. That is dangerous. Oh, he's on e8 now. Let's get my king a square. If takes queen e4, no, you can just take. I think queen e4 is not doing much. Thinking a long time here. So c takes, okay, there's queen e4. And there's queen d3.
Check.
There's queen d2. Queen d2. No, it just takes a knight f1. What was I thinking there? If I just move the knight? Let's move the knight somewhere. c5 looks dangerous. Okay. Yeah, c5 is dangerous. I've just set up a skewer. Why doesn't he play c5? What would I do?
Check.
I've got knight f6 to queen f4. I think it's cracked up. I think you could have played c5. If you just played c5. It's gone on time. Okay, that was crazy. Maybe you might have had compensation for the thing there. Let's try b3 again. It's a 2-4-3-2. I am. That's not such a bad auto-pairing rating, really. Oh, CD. Take the knight to avoid dropping a pawn. Oh, this looks bad already. What did I do here? What did I do? Queen f3, is that? Oh, this is horrible. Let's try and... Oh no, I'm just getting mated.
Check.
No, this hasn't gone right.
Check. Check.
Oh, this is my queen and everything. That's not the way to play the opening. Oh dear. I don't know. That wasn't good. Opening. Yeah. Where did that go wrong? It was quite early. I think on... I should have just given up the f4 pawn, I think. Would have been better. Oh, okay, I'm going to ignore that. I don't want to castle in this game, etc. I've got that B file. Is that knight kind of stranded or something? Not really. I'll find out.
Check.
Queen f2. It takes up to take the pawn to protect the knight. That's b4 on the cards. Okay, queen a5. Yeah. e5. Knight d5. I'm getting a bit munched by this guy. Ah, not so much of an attack. So knight, I can't move anything. Bit desperate. Move knight b6. I'm gonna try and, no, I can't move the knight. Rook g8 first, then I can move the knight to b6. Would he just sack the bishop here now? He would.
Check.
Yeah. Oh, this looks horrible. Yeah. That was horrible. What to say? I don't know. It's dangerous to play as a Sicilian. I don't know. Let's try this f3. Can I get away with e4 here? Some sort of weird gambit. So can I castle queenside? Queen d2? Queen d2 here. Get out of the way, then maybe bishop c4 something. Bishop c4 to b3. I don't mind giving back pawn to get the queens off. I think that might be okay. E knight d5 takes. Bit of pressure on the queen side. I'm immediately getting b7 anyway. b7 or anything better. If I take on, yeah. And the pieces are a bit loose. If I take and castle rook b2. Well, that's the idea. Okay. Let's play this, check, knight c1. So what's the situation? I'm a pawn up, but it's lots of pressure. So knight c1, then I don't know, he's got some compensation, probably. Get to play king f2 at some point.
Check.
Ah, okay. That doesn't seem so bad for my pieces. Yeah. King f2, rook c2, it's still, yeah, there's still pressure. Check, rook d1. Okay, let's go in for this.
Check.
That's bishop h6, kind of dangerous around his king for rook d1. If my back row wasn't so weak. Ah. Get the king over there. It's the time. I might have to play bishop c1. No, I can play king d3. Ah, f4. Getting a tempo. Oh no, he's just queening. He's just queening. Ah. There's no bishop c1 now. That wasn't clever.
Check.
Queen
Check.
c5. No, that was a tideless loss, I think. I might have to stop soon. I don't think I should have lost that. Well, he had some pressure, but it wasn't such a big deal. April 1915. If I just play going for F4. Bishop over here. Alright, I arrange my rooks back in the game. At some point this rook is a bit ridiculous. Can I play c6? Was that too weakening? Actually, I'm threatening knight e3 with this. Knight e3, would you spot that? Oh, he's pinning my queen. Huh.
Check.
Interesting. Oh, queen b8.
Check.
It's hard. This is where the autopairing is really tough. I don't know if it's. Well, I might be declining in the playing strong moves at the moment. It's going to play bishop c6 or something like that. Okay, is queen e8 possible? I can get to play
Check.
bishop e6 at some point. So bishop b6 and knight g6 here. Actually, that's fortunate protecting the rook. Fortunately. Bishop b6, bishop e6. Bishop e6 straight off the bat. Before anything horrible happens. There's no h5 threat at the moment. Oh, bishop b7. Yeah. Can I get to play f4 given... I think... Oh, I'm going to have to play f4. if I get a chance to play f4, that would be good. So knight g4 coming up. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that, Muppets. He's pretty solid now, because of mouse slip. It's pretty solid. Knight f4, just try and break down this king defense here. Knight f4. And then what? Knight just goes back. I'm on f2. Knight g2. Knight g2. Knight f2, yeah, bishop f2. Bishop f2, knight f2, knight f2, king takes, knight d3. Yeah, that knight d3 double check looks pretty good. Oh, there's queen f4. There's other things as well. This didn't work out very well.
Check. Check.
Oh. I don't know why I'm playing a string of IMs on this point in the auto pairing. Okay, I think I should stop. I think I'm not playing that well either. So probably this is the last game, I think. Playing for g4, a good idea. And f5. Okay. It should be okay if I just something like queen h5. If bishop takes, rook takes f8, threatens knight f7. Can I not just play? Okay. I'll play here and then takes bishop f4.
Check.
I'll put this bishop back. Right. So knight e2 to f4, knight e2 to d4. One of them. g6 is queen f3 at the moment, but g6 has queen h4 as well. Not just queen h4 here, g5, queen d4. That's queen d4 here. Trying to get control of the position a bit. Okay, so gotta get this pawn. There's always c5. This is going to be tricky. Oh, it's even c rook f3. Yeah, I'm too tired, I think. It's not the end of the world, but it's just that I didn't see it. Bishop f4 and okay, knight d4 here. Try to lock down these pawns that we took. If I double his pawns, pull that knight's not really dangerous. That's rook e3 now. King, oh, that is king f2. King f2 coming up. Aha. There's actually bishop d1 tactic. No, there isn't. Try and knight e3. Knight e3 is possible. Maybe. Maybe takes.
Check. Time war.
Okay, am I going to get e2 or not? Oh, at some cost with these pawns.
Check. Check.
I'm too tired. I'm knackered. Thanks for coming. I mean, I'll end on this little high. Okay, another time. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed it a bit. Cheers.